Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jumper and today I'll be reviewing the first LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens DLC, that being the Phantom Limb. And this DLC level follows C-3PO as well as some other droids, and it basically shows how C-3PO got his red arm in The Force Awakens. And as a level, it's quite, I would say, interesting or fun, I would say, because it shows you the perspective of the droids, and you don't get to see a lot of levels like that in the Lego Force Awakens game. A lot of the levels are just follow the main characters for a particular part of the story or from the movie, and that's that. But you get to actually play some droids. For example, you get to play C-3PO, and it shows you how he got his red arm. And I think as a level, I think for a level that's part of a game, it's interesting. I think because it's part of a movie, or because the Lego Force Awakens is adapting a movie, I think the level, the Phantom Limb, is probably good just for the game and not the movie, because if as a character, C-3PO isn't my favorite, and I just have no interest in how he got the new red arm. In my head, when I first saw the Force Awakens when it was released, I was like, "Oh, he's got a new arm." Okay, and then it just continued on, and yeah, I think the level as a whole is fun because you get to play as all these different droids, and throughout the course of the level, each one gets taken out one by one, and then it just leaves only C-3PO. And yeah, it's a fun, interesting level. I do like how it's done, and yeah, it's kind of interesting. So yeah, and now it's time for some gameplay. So what I like about this level is that it does make you use the droids, which you don't get to use a whole lot in the Lego Star Wars games, because a lot of the time you'll be using, characters like Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, other characters that have, abilities that are much better than the droids. But for the Phantom Limb, it is interesting to play as different droids, because you've got C-3PO, you've got CO-34, 2MED2, and some of the other characters. And what I like about this level is that each droid has their own unique level. So you've got this droid, you've got like the standard blaster bolt, you've got one that can go through small gaps, one that can, I think it's the one, you've got one that can use flamethrowers, that sort of thing. And yeah, and you've got one that can like use strong, like they can knock down walls, that sort of thing. And yeah, I think it's quite cool. If we can get through this, I want to show you. Hang on, it's this one. So yeah, so for this part, you will need to use, fire, and yeah, it's like, as I said before, you don't get to see a whole lot of levels with droids in them, because it's just you play as like some of the more main characters or more well known in the series. Like I said before, you've got you might play as like Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader or Poe or Finn or Rey or whoever. And yeah, even though it's not my personal favorite like level or DLC level in the game, it's still fairly interesting to see like what kind of droids you might need. So for example, I think you need this droid, and then you will need this droid, and then yeah, just moving characters about. And yeah, as a whole, it is somewhat enjoyable. I think the level, it basically just
makes you use different characters that you didn't use before. But overall, even though it's not my favorite level, it still brings an interesting idea as well as concept to the level as well as the game as a whole. In a sense that you can use other characters that aren't overpowered or use a lightsaber or whatever. You can use characters that you might not have thought of using before. So, yeah, when it comes to their abilities. So, yeah, so that's been it for the gameplay. Now it's going to go back to the review.
So, as a whole, I think that the Phantom Limb is a nice, interesting first level for the DLC for the Lego Force Awakens. I think I think it's a nice bit of a bit of extra content if you want to just to play through it, and as a whole, it doesn't really affect the main story a whole lot. And yeah, I think it's just if you just it's just basically one of those levels that's like that just basically just you play through it and then it's fun for like the half an hour if you want to like go through the level and just 100% it, like getting um all of the mini kits and the getting all the stars for the True Jedi bar. So yeah, it's a level that's just fun and it's just a good bit of extra content. So yeah, so that's been my review for the Phantom Limb DLC for the Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens game. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.